We are live, boys.
Yeah.
I'm a
Hello,
bit
guys.
tired today. Jesus.
Nice.
Hello, everyone.
Hi guys.
We're gonna hear it in 10 minutes because there's 10-minute delay.
Oh boy.
Okay, interesting. Asian Romans. Okay.
And at least we got spared from the double Romans again, which I like.
He still hasn't put the spec team. We're third wheel. I guess we're gonna win.
So we are in. Let's show these guys.
We're gonna crush them.
Obviously.
Generalen even did some snarky comment like, "Don't teach a father how to do kids," but he still didn't
I'll
check the
see about
spectators.
that.
Yeah, angry parents are coming around.
Any predictions?
Well, for me, it's hard to predict because I don't know SirMars at all. So I just know Senna and Generalen. Think they are decent ZS3 players, and both are probably stronger than mavmav, or at least were back in the days when I was playing. So I would expect Generalen and Senna to win this game.
Yeah, me too. But I hope mavmav does something crazy. I really do. I mean, SirMars is like medium level player. I can remind this guy to put on spec.
I really hope for some kind of cross positions on the map, so we get something dynamic and also more opportunity for the quote unquote worst team to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're too far away. I don't think they have a chance. mavmav and SirMars, that is.
And also if they are like both teams are on one side each, and then also kind of spread in a line so there's not much surface area. Those kind of games will also favor better players 100%, and yeah, I hope we see something dynamic. Okay, Fabi, you have to ready up again.
No, I think no, we're spectators. Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Good luck, have fun.
Oh.
Okay, shit, my game closed.
That's not good. Can you reconnect?
Yeah, I'm trying, yeah.
God bless
Okay,
your family for the reconnect feature.
Yep.
It's starting now.
Yeah, I'm in.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
Okay. And we have cross position.
Yeah, but not the one I hoped for, to be honest.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
quite far away from each other.
That's true.
And there's a mountain separating them.
Yeah, it's really far from each other, and also like the positions in the middle, like let's say on the, how do we call it, like the top left and the top side of the map, like they don't really have an incentive to tower towards each other because there's so much free land that yeah, it's not really important. So all the players just have to focus on their respective mountain, and that's why I think the game could kind of break down into 1v1s on the mountain.
I'm doing still some technical stuff, guys, and bear with me. You can entertain the audience.
Sure.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm not the born entertainer. Not sure, like, do the people have video now, or are we doing a radio cast now?
No, they can see. It's not moving because I'm putting them on the team, so they're displayed at all times.
Yeah. So yeah, we have Romans against Asian on both sides. The Asian I think it's normal that in the modernization package and also the new map scripting, they always have a swamp in their land. So
I think it's
Not
actually 2 swamps at least close by.
oh boy, that's a lot. So yeah, for the Asian, the starting position is not that nice because there's a lot of desert in the land, a lot of mountain towards the forest, and I think it's kind of tough to start in this area. Like you don't have a lot of good land over here. So maybe the players still have an incentive to go to the middle because there actually seems to be a lot of flat land to access, whereas the mountain area will be kind of hilly and hard to take.
And what I can already see at SirMars is that he is kind of blocking the good space for a rice farm. He's placing it now below the swamp and very far away. So I think that already puts him in a slight disadvantage compared to Senna.
Yeah, but Senna has a spot advantage, I would say, because he doesn't have to build a forest there, whereas SirMars sort of has to, because that's where the trees are. I mean, he could have put the sawmill in a different place, but I would say Senna has a bit of a better spot in that regard. It sometimes happens.
Yeah.
The good thing for SirMars though is that he also has another swamp to his left, so it's not the end of the world that he blocks it right now. Also not sure how fast Asians would build their rice farm, so he still may have time to access the other swamp on the left side.
Yeah, probably.
Right, first scout is coming in SirMars' land, so they want to check if some fancy rush is going on, which is not the case, but actually it didn't see too much. Maybe...
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to scout out early. You're not gonna learn anything, unless the guy is building 2 temples, as you said before we started the cat.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty important information to gather, like...
Yeah.
It's like the hardest all-in that can happen to you, and you have to rule that one out.
The last big question at first, can you explain the dirty Heinemann again to the audience? And second, how do you defend it? If he scouts, for example, to really early big temples.
So yeah, the dirty Heinemann is a famous strategy which got employed by the old player Mr. Blue back in, I don't know, 2019 or 20, when we had our first Zeta 3 1v1 World Championship, which I think Noga won. So what Mr. Blue did in those games is he was Romans and he built 2 big temples immediately to get access to level 2, crush those temples, build Iron Smelter, Weaponsmith, Barracks, recruit 12 level 2 swords, then had 1 godly gift. If you, I don't know how the numbers were, but if you manage to get a few gold bars, then you get 1 extra spike on your level 2 swords. If you manage to get 12 gold bars, you actually got 2 spikes from that. And in his first game, he actually got lucky and got the 12, and he killed, I think it was Ethan or Matti in a very famous game. And since then, the strategy was set free. He also won another game against Zuma, and Zuma scouted it from the beginning and still died to it. It was actually hilarious.
Interesting. I think Ethan was the first guy who showed this to me, because he used to play it a lot. He used to play a lot of 1v1s.
Yeah, I mean it's probably not a new strategy. I think people probably have done it since the game got released. But yeah, it just got the proper attention back in this tournament. So yeah, that's one very hard rush you could do at the beginning. It's completely all in. If you see it's coming, you probably stop doing everything you're doing. Just get into Iron Smelter, Weaponsmith, Barracks yourself, make Pioneers, and try to stay alive. I think in 2v2 it's probably not that potent because you don't have enough combat power. So
yeah, I'd say both players would have to do it, and they would have to attack the same person, and then still the other teammate would have probably won 2v1 because they didn't have anything.
So yeah, that's about that. But yeah, the game went far enough now. We can probably see something what people are doing. So let's check through some players.
I'd say Generalen lost 2 soldiers already.
Yeah, due to the scouting. Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you scout and see there's a ball of enemy soldiers approaching you, then you have to pull back. Like you can't pass that. Also, very good players, they will keep their archers in their land and try to intercept the swords coming through your land. And if you see that, you have to turn around. And that's also the reason why you should send multiple soldiers to get that information. But yeah, it takes a lot of multitasking. You cannot lose those soldiers. They have to keep running. You have to send them somewhere and then at some point back into your base to maybe heal them up and use them again. So don't forget them, because losing a lot of start soldiers will add up and will make it hard to defend any kind of rushes.
It's kind of interesting. Mavmav is gathering some information at Generalen. He went like along the entire map and was scouting Generalen's entire base, I think.
Interesting. Generalen is leveling 3rd Forester. That would suggest a longer game, but I'm not sure if he's gonna build it at all. I mean, he didn't have that many trees at the beginning, but I still wouldn't build 3 Foresters on this map, especially in a 2v2. Now, it's interesting that Senna is a bit behind SirMars. No, maybe not. Okay, because SirMars has already medium residence, and whereas Senna built 2 small ones.
I think Senna therefore completely built his wood production already, whereas SirMars is 2 woodcutters and sawmill behind. And personally, I like Senna's approach more, because you can get the settlers later, as long as you are not in a deep kind of lack of settlers. Like if you have 1 small house too less, then you can be in trouble. But okay. I think he will be fine.
So it looks like SirMars is not even planning to build a sawmill, because he's already leveling the iron smelter and weaponsmith.
Yeah, so resources going to the iron smelter, so could become some kind of hard rush here.
Yeah, let's look at mavmav. Yeah, also building weaponsmith and an iron smelter. It's gonna be a fast one, looks like. That's what I expected, to be honest.
I'm a bit surprised though that SirMars also shoveled a grain farm for that, and maybe even the rice farm is
maybe
kind
a
of
bait.
not the right building for a rush.
Maybe a bait.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I would have done that, although I think he made a mistake of not building the 3rd sawmill. He needs that anyway, even if he's rushing his Asians.
Yeah.
Now Generalen sees that because his spies entering north side of the map of the SirMars position. And he's dying right now.
Oh boy.
But he sees the weaponsmith and iron smelter. I wonder if he's gonna finish that though. Because now interesting, that could be double mind games, right? Like he doesn't have to build it, he can crush it now, because he knows Generalen knows, I think. And he can just build the farm. And Generalen's in panic, he's building the iron smelter and weapon smelter of his own.
Yeah, it would be interesting to follow. Like you can try to mind game your opponent, but you can also completely mind game yourself while doing that.
Yep.
And you really have to be careful. But yeah, I don't know. It really looks like he's actually not building it, because no builders are getting there.
By the way, SirMars is now going into his rice farm, and he's actually building like the very bad rice farm that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, that's
not
really
sure
not good.
Yeah, Senna is also building weaponsmith, and he has no idea what mavmav is doing, I think. Yeah, also Generalen doesn't have a spy in his country as well.
Yeah, Senna not scouting.
Did he
Senna
scout?
not scouting is kind of a throwback to his Settlers 4 career at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm not too surprised. But yeah, let's say it like that. Like Senna is building the weaponsmith, and that is definitely the safe play to do. Like he's not building the rice farm, not a grain farm or something. So he's doing weapons, and that will give him a lot of safety, no matter what will come his way.
But he's kind of low on settlers, like the logs are stuck in the woodcutters. He just finished the medium residence and he doesn't really have mountains uncovered, so he won't be able to build mines on time, I feel like. And what's interesting is how the positions are placed on the map. Like if the SirMars is rushing, let's say, he can attack both people, so both people have to defend.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of deadly. He can put two people behind by just pretending he's rushing. I'm not sure if he was pretending on purpose. I think he was, because he's building the arm.
Yeah, but the problem I have with that is that in Settlers 3 it's not like in Settlers 4. Like the material was lying all the time on the iron smelter and couldn't get carried to other buildings. So he basically robbed himself of six wood for like a lot of minutes now. And what did he achieve? Like he might as well just have built it right in that moment, because he didn't put that wood into use for other buildings to get them up. So he kind of just delayed it long time without too much gain.
He could have crushed it also, like to use the wood again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he should have crushed it, I guess. Well, when I'm looking at this, they're kind of in an advantage right now, because Generalen has only one winery, whereas mavmav has two. And yeah, it forced them to build weaponsmith early. I don't know, maybe they have a bigger plan with this. Not really sure.
It would be kind of funny actually if like SirMars just baited Senna and Generalen into playing very defensively, and now SirMars and mavmav are going for Greek build. Kind of like flip the coin around.
Yeah, but I thought they would do something opposite. I thought they would fake going for long play and then rush them actually. Because I think if the game goes for long, Zen and Generalen will have clear advantage and will win. But if they were to surprise them somehow with the rush, SirMars and mavmav that is, if they were to surprise Zen and Generalen, they could have pulled something interesting, I think.
Yeah, but there's still room, because this spawning position still give enough opportunity to attack like the Asian player for both respective teams. Like you can try to double him. One attacks from the north, one attacks from the south, and if the other person is not in position to react immediately on the other side of the map, then you can still deal a lot of damage. So yeah, looking at Senna, after his initial weaponsmith, he's now building 2 big temples, going for the level 2. He's making archers from his weaponsmith. And yeah, the only long play building he kind of made was his rice farm, and I think he's now pioneering some more space for a grain farm.
But I would say they're sort of successful. They threw them off because Senna doesn't have mines and they're not even close to being done, and he will run out of resources for the weaponsmith. It won't be working.
I also don't like that Senna really doesn't have a lot of geologists at the moment. Like he had a look at this mountain, but it's not like he's far away from having access to plenty of mines, or to be able to choose something. Like he found a little bit of an iron mine, which doesn't look too convincing, and yeah, really would have liked if there are more geologists in play already. But same we can say for SirMars, he also has a very low number of geologists in play. It's only 5, like both agents only have 5. Is that normal, or?
No, I think they don't have enough settlers for that. He found there's one iron mine that's pretty good close by. He just needs the coal, I guess.
I mean, this coal mine also doesn't look too bad, I would say. So SirMars at least found like one kind of good mine from both. While Senna has kind of nothing really here, I would say.
And Generalen is making swords. He's building 2 more wineries. A total of 4. And he has the mine already. whereas mavmav does not.
Yeah.
So Generalen managed to caught up, but Senna did not really, because he doesn't have a farm, whereas SirMars does. I don't think the level 2 is necessary for Senna. I don't know why is he building that so quickly.
No idea.
Yeah, it's true. He definitely should have prioritized mines or kind of anything. Like,
I mean-
I hope they have some scouting, that they by now have some spies into the enemy land and are aware what is coming and what is not coming.
Ah, you
and,
can check that, by the way. If you
can
open the
I-
Observer UI, you can choose a player, for example Senna, and you can like try to select a spy in, for example, mavmav's land, and if there's nothing, then there's no spy then.
Okay, yeah. Typical Senna then, in that case. No scouting information.
It has
But
two
yeah.
spies, but I'm not sure where they are. One is going to SirMars land right now. And mavmav making spears as well. Same for the SirMars.
Yeah. What do
I'm
you
not sure
guys
if I like
think
that.
about the spears?
No, I don't like that at all. Like I think if the enemy does spears as well, they will do 1 damage only, because there's not enough combat power for them to spike to 4 attack, and so I think they're kind of useless. They're good for defense, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, what could be an idea from Senna here, with going for the early 2 temples? It's like he could call Generalen's swords down to mavmav and try to kill or try to double up on mavmav.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe that's an idea from him, but we'll see.
He's finished 1 temple, the other one is almost ready.
Yeah, actually, I would be very surprised if Senna and Generalen would pull off that kind of move to be super aggressive. And yeah, if you would want to do that, then you need very good scouting information, and I'm pretty sure they don't have that to
They have no
not
scouting
make it a
info,
gamble.
that's true.
So yeah, Generalen in his land, he is finishing up a small temple, has 1 farm finished, so he got up to 4 vineyards now. He's making the farms and
Yeah.
also shuffling a big temple. So it looks pretty standard. Adding a 3rd farm, so he's very likely to enter a longer game.
He probably
intentions of
realized
rushing.
that the rush isn't coming actually.
Yeah, but I still like the starting with the swords, because especially if you show to the enemy will be very, very careful to make any kind of move. Like if SirMars tries to attack Senna, then he has to know that the swords can easily finish him off if he leaves his land with too many soldiers towards Senna.
Yeah, and swords are also faster. So if he's the one that's sort of far away from the middle, he can get to the he's either to attack or to help his ally. It's faster. It's a small difference, but can be important.
Yeah, mobility can be very important on this kind of maps, and yeah, also archers, not the units to react fast to any kind of attack on the other side of the map.
Generalen is going crazy with the farms, adding 2 more. Yeah. I guess they got really confident.
Yeah, I mean, we can safely say that Senna is safe now, because he has the spell to call help if shit would go down at his base. So that's the perks of having the 2 big temples very fast. But yeah, his long play development now is kind of hindered. He doesn't really have a lot of land available at the moment, and yeah, I think he will struggle a little bit with putting his material into use.
Yeah, that's interesting to watch, that actually with just a small play they managed to throw them off. I guess if that was a better team, they could gain some advantage from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
But I mean, Senna's big advantage, I feel like, is the mana industry, because his rice farm is looking so perfect. And he's already building the distillery and the small temple, I think. So he's definitely gonna have a big mana advantage over SirMars. And if he gets his like weaponsmiths running with stone to iron, then I feel like he's very much set for late game. Or mid game even.
Yeah, that's true. I think SirMars should build the second one already, or never, or shouldn't have built the first one in the first place.
Yeah, you,
just to
you
build
never
one.
did that one.
I think
Just build
the
one on the
saw
left.
on this spot was a big mistake.
Yeah, or you build the rice farm, which he has already pre-shuffled on the left side.
Yeah.
That would still also be good. So yeah, mavmav is keeps building spears. So do you guys think he's going for a level 3 spear push, or will he eventually start recruiting level 2 and do something else?
To be honest, I don't know. It doesn't look like a level 3 push, because he had the small tempest so late. I think he only had 2 quickly, and then added the third one. You need 4 in order to do the effective spear push, because otherwise the enemy is just going to be fast. I think Generalen is going to be faster or at the same time at his level 3, because he's going to have 4 small temples very soon. Yeah, so I'm kind of upset that they didn't try anything like with sword rush or I don't know, or just play very, very greedy when they saw that Senna and Generalen were building weaponsmiths. Just go for farms and, I don't know, maybe try to win that, but...
Yeah.
No, I feel like they're, with every minute they're falling behind even more. Because SirMars doesn't really have a plan, I think, for his build. You can see he's building a second iron mine priority too. And he has only 1 coal mine for 2 weaponsmiths. That's just simply not enough. Especially if he wants to build a distillery and make mana.
Yeah, what is this? Like, why are there not more geologists at this point? Like,
And the one that he has, they're not working, I guess. Some of them at least. He discovered a pretty good coal by the snow, and then another one lower than, but he's not building it, I guess. It seems like they just don't have a build prepared for this. It's just...
yeah, could be. Yeah, if we look at Generalen, that's one thing we could probably also talk about. Like, Generalen's bot is very, very stone heavy in my opinion. Like, he had a lot of stone fields towards his top side. Also on the bottom side there seems to be a very good stone field. How do you guys think about playing 3 fast sawmills on that kind of position to basically pick up speed? You have the stone, then you could also make use of the wood, as he's kind of lacking wood at the moment. What are you guys thinking about that?
I don't think I would go for 3 like fast sawmills. Maybe after weaponsmith and the farm and all my mana production, but only then. I mean, I could use... The stones are fine, because you don't have to expend that much, and I'll use it for that. Just be faster with my weapons production and all that. I think in a 2v2 especially, adding a third forester is very, very risky if you're playing against someone of your skill level.
Yeah, to be honest, I have no idea. I've never played 3 sawmills, so I definitely wouldn't go for it. But maybe it's smart. Like, maybe you can gain a big advantage here. I don't know.
You should definitely try it out. It's like the status quo equivalent of playing 5 sawmills as Romans and 8 sawmills as Romans. So it's it can have its perks, but it can also make you look like a clown if 2.5 sawmills are lying full because you messed up your stone and nothing is getting built anyway.
I mean,
Yeah,
they wouldn't be like full with wood in this game, right? Because he has a lot of stone and lots of place to build. But yeah, as I said, for the he didn't have that many trees on this spot, so he would have to build the third forester, and that's, I would say that's dangerous, because if the enemy is anywhere aggressive, you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like Senna has stabilized as a second weaponsmith, although still not enough coal and iron. I mean,
Yeah,
even
also, he added the fast toolsmiths. Like, what is that for at that stage of the game for Asians?
I'm not sure. Pickaxes maybe, because he wants to mine more stone and build more mines. I'm not sure. And also, even before we started casting, I thought I would be more harsh on Generalen and Senna because they're supposedly better players here, right? So that's why I'm not trying to pick up on SirMars and mavmav that much.
Yeah, we take what we can get. So yeah, Senna converted his stones for the first time. As we said, he has a toolsmith already, 2 weaponsmiths, so he will be actually producing a lot from now on. Looks to be a little bit in a lack of settlers, but might be fine after all the iron bars are getting carried.
And he's finishing a medium residence as well. Although I would say that's another risky move by them. Again, I'm picky, but that's risky because he converted the stone and he doesn't have a coal right now. And he's in a position where if he was attacked, Generalen just wouldn't have time to get to him. And I think, and I've witnessed it many times on like just normal games when the Asia just turns stone and I scout it and I see, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a coal and I attack him. Because that's where they're vulnerable. And in the games like this, it's also quite risky, I'd say.
Yeah.
So you want to delay that and have a coal if you're at all in danger. And the enemy on the bottom is making spears, so you never know.
Yeah, which are now getting recruited as level 2. So yeah, no waiting for level 3. Let's see how many spears he plans to recruit, if he leaves it at like 20 or 25, or if he keeps doing them. Do you guys know the timing of when the convert for the Roman should be ready?
33 minutes. I mean, but this is
Okay.
skewed in this game because they don't really they didn't build the wineries in this on the standard timing, but it's usually like before 35th minute mark. mavmav is a priest already. The convert is I would say 2 minutes away. So looking at this, if mavmav were to move immediately with his convert, although the priest is for some reason staying back in land, he could threaten the tower by Senna. Because Senna didn't make spears, so mavmav spears, they deal 3 damage, I think, if I'm correct, to Senna's bowman. And
how much combat power does he have? Like Senna, right?
Yeah.
That's 37. I like the level 2 spears. I actually think they are doing 2 damage at the moment.
2? Okay.
Yeah, and if it's 50 combat power, then 3, and if it's 70, then 4.
Okay.
That's why 70 combat power is such a magical number for level 2 spears. Because then you do 4 damage, which is obviously 1 more than 3, but it's also an even number. So that's why like Egypt's with 70 combat power and level 2 spears can crush so many enemies.
Yeah, and as you said, Senna made the toolsmith and he's not building any tools from it. So kind of an oversight. Maybe he was afraid that he won't have a hammer. But he's adding another weaponsmith right now.
What an irony. In ZS4 he's notorious for building too many toolsmiths, and now he's building a toolsmith and not using it in ZS3. What a player. So yeah, mavmav's priest is still hanging around at the small temples, so if he wanted to go for timing with the convert, then he's gonna miss it for a little bit. And I think then they will also be out of danger because, I mean Senna, that is, because he will definitely have enough mana to call help at least
he
once.
He already has, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that window is gone, unfortunately. I think mavmav is staying there maybe because he's watering the wine, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. He's adding a gold smelter, mavmav that is, and a toolsmith. He has the gold mine already. He should be
Yeah, I was just
starting the
thinking about
production.
if he just built the gold mine to store some gold ore, because like there was this change that gold ore now also gives combat power.
Very little, but it doesn't.
I was wondering why it was on 38% combat power by now, because it should have been 37. At least it was in my days as an A-lobby dinosaur.
Yes,
So
8 gold ore. 8 gold ore. But
now
like
I
gold
know
ore
what's going on.
gives very, very little combat power.
Like
I think,
1/5 or 1/6 of a gold
yeah,
bar.
I think.
So yeah, let's have a look at Generalen's game again. Like he placed his 4 farms. The one farm though at this kind of obelisks kind of stone
There's a
looks
fifth one
horrible
on the
though.
north. There's a fifth one on the north. They
Yeah,
went
because
super
that one
greedy.
fourth farm barely counts as a full farm. Looking at that.
I mean, it still has quite a few crops. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's almost a full farm, even 13.
Yeah, but with very long ways. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not completely horrible, but also not the most efficient. It's fine. So yeah, 5th farm. With the farm count, he's definitely outplaying mavmav. Mavmav is basically only has one. The second one just finished. It might be able to use the working area of the first farm for a little bit, so he gets a little bit of a boost efficiency over there. Third farm is finishing up, but yeah, we can definitely say that farm-wise and food-wise, he will be miles behind Generalen.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder if mavmav is aware of this. I don't think they're scouting Generalen at all, right? I don't think so. Generalen is sending a priest to Senna as well as pioneers.
Actually, mavmav has a spy at Generalen.
Where? Oh yeah, yeah, true. It's
Where
entering
exactly it
his.
is. I just marked it.
It's by the big temple, right
Quite a
now.
bit. Okay, yeah. Ah, yeah. I see it. But I mean, Generalen hides his food industry to the top right corner, so he's
Yeah, but
probably not gonna see that.
that's very greedy of him, like having one weaponsmith and a 2v2 against mavmav for all people.
Is mavmav known for like playing crazy rush strats or
GG's,
something?
yes, and all that. That's what I was hoping this game would have been really interesting. I thought they had maybe a build planned or something. Because mavmav is very creative in game, and they sometimes work his strategies.
That's cool.
I guess SirMars is managed to recover from the tough start. He has a 3-weapon. He will have 3 weaponsmiths working soon. He has plenty of resources, plenty of coal and wood, and he's making bread already. 3 farms, not too shabby. Where you compare it with Zena, overflowing sawmills.
What is this? All sawmills lying full now? Or
Inefficient
he
farms.
dodged the bullet.
Yeah, I was wondering after not yesterday's game, after the opening game, because Fearles, in my opinion, as well as Zwerg, they underperformed, and I was wondering if they did it maybe on purpose to, not show their true potential. And I was wondering if Zena and Generalen will do the same, because I think many people, as we seen in the survey, they think they're one of the favorites to win the whole thing. Maybe they'll do something like this in this game. So I don't know, maybe that's part of that. That's why Zena is overflowing the wood.
I mean, Naga kind of announced that he's gonna do a replay analysis, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder what he has to say about Senna's lying sauce. And
I think that there's gonna be a. He's
yeah,
not gonna be pretty.
In the first game, which Fearles casted, Noga afterwards was kind of saying, I won't analyze anything or any player in that kind of game because everyone was playing bad. And looking at this, I think only Generalen would be on contention of getting his game analyzed from Noga here in this game.
Actually, I mean, it's almost 40 minutes and he has only 1 weaponsmith.
Okay, it's over.
I mean, it's. I'm not sure if it's stage fright or something. I mean, people are afraid, getting stressed when playing in front of an audience, but they're definitely not performing to their highest standards, I'd say. Let's look at mavmav, because he's been storing weapons for some time, and his weaponsmiths are more or less working, I'd say. Although he pulled a lot of fish into gold production, and he still doesn't have a pig farm. Not gonna hit him hard very soon. He should send all fish to the iron ore mine.
Oh yes, oh
That's
boy.
what he's doing, but I don't think he has enough fish for that. He managed to store around 30 bows, but he's not sending the gold. He forgot about that, I guess. So I'm hoping maybe they have a opening, because when you look at the weaponsmith production, when you compare it with the Zenas and Generalen, I would say mavmav and SirMars, they have more soldiers and more weapons, will have for some time, because Generalen's only now building more weaponsmiths, and it's gonna take a while before he has meaningful army, I would say.
Yeah, true.
So maybe when they hit level 3 on mavmav, and SirMars, well, he gets some settlers because he's lacking them now. Maybe they can make something happen with the gold also that mavmav is producing. I'm hoping for that, because if they don't make anything out of it, then I think their window is closed, because Generalen just has too big of an economy.
Yeah, but it will
like
take a while
Senna
until
is-
General can convert that economy advantage into actual units. Sorry.
Do you think Senna has like a possibility to force mavmav to recruit level 2? Or do you think like with 37 combat power, it's just impossible to force anything?
I think mavmav can just crush the tower by the border and it will be fine. He doesn't have to fight it. He doesn't have to recruit the soldiers, I don't think. And
but I mean,
I think Zena will be afraid to push farther.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and his sawmills are still overflowing. He's just not expanding fast enough in terms of land. He just doesn't have suitable places to build. He's building one building on the left, one building on the right. Doesn't look like him, to be honest.
Yeah, where is the Senna which we all heard of? Like Senna was telling stories all the time how good he was building everything in like one area of the map, then or even building on two sides of the map and microing shufflers with start-stop micro, and how easy it was with monetizations now to put it manually. Not seeing too much of that.
And he's
to be honest.
overflowing in the mines as well, like overflowing coal and overflowing iron. He just has only one iron smelter for what I can see. He's just building a second one right now. Yeah, so if the next team, I believe it's Martin, Ethan, if they're watching, there is some potential there to abuse that sort of play.
There was an alarming signal in the middle. Priest was about to get snuck through, but Generalen is intercepting it.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Not sure how many hits he can take.
A few
Yeah.
more, I would say. It's not even dark red yet. And SirMars is sending pioneers to distract the swordman. He might be fine. Yeah, I think he's fine. Nice save.
Yeah. So yeah, now there should be priest on every side. Or does Generalen have a priest on Zena's land?
I saw it go, like, I saw it leave the land, but I'm not sure if he reached the destination. Yeah, it's in the mountains.
There it is.
Okay, so SirMars is finishing his big house. He desperately needs it. Lack of settlers, but he's producing weapons out of 3 weaponsmiths, whereas Zena is out of 1 currently, because I don't know if he has no mana to convert the stone, or he just doesn't want to. He can convert it just now. He's maybe afraid that if he does, he won't have a coal. I mean, I would be. Okay, let's look
I mean,
at
also
General.
converting the stones can mean that you suddenly open yourself again to being vulnerable towards the attack because you are unable to call help again.
Yeah, exactly. And when you convert the stone after like you need 5 minutes roughly to use it and like give yourself an advantage from that stone. Okay, so I would say still Team mavmav and SirMars, they still have an opening. If when mavmav recruits, they should push immediately. I would say Zena ideally, because with Generalen is just too much of a walking distance for these towers. Although I hope maybe mavmav is going to will try to snipe it, because, I mean, these 2 towers in the middle, they're not even with archers. Very juicy. When you think maybe Senna is gonna call those swordsmen somewhere.
But I mean, it feels like Generalen would be like the weak link at the moment. Like if somehow SirMars and mavmav manage to double up on Generalen, I'm not sure if he would be able to hold it.
That's very risky. I don't think they both have to. I think if SirMars just pushed, you have to understand, like, it's SirMars has archers and Generalen only has swordsmen, and they're very, very weak against archers.
Yeah.
So he could just push him all the way if he wanted to.
It would actually be a pretty sick play if they would be aware of that. So just push into Generals, like, don't even try to take a real fight, but push a little bit, see how Generalen reacts, and if he loses his nerfs and uses his convert to defend the attack, then suddenly Senna would be very open to mavmav's attack, and I think that could be very strong here.
Yeah,
and yeah, every time I would have this kind of army where I have a lot of archers and my enemy has swords and we are kind of close in border, then you always try to poke in a little bit, get some shots off on his swords and wither him down over time.
And also General doesn't have any vision in the middle of the map, so if there were any swords coming from mavmav, he would have no idea until they entered his land, basically. It might be too late to react at this point.
Yeah. So
okay,
mavmav
has level 3.
Recruiting. Yeah.
Yep. Generalen also, by the way. Generalen also hit level 3.
Yeah, but General doesn't have any weapons saved, right? Like, he's just going off what he has.
Yep.
What he's producing, I guess. mavmav saved,
What
I guess.
weapons is he making? Archers, okay.
Interesting. So mavmav has 54 combat power. That should give him 4 damage on the archers. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember these, but it should be more than what it is with the 37 HP combat power. Sorry.
I think I think the next spike is at 59 probably.
Okay, so not too far away.
Not sure if I'm confusing something here, but
Yeah, but Senna has ramped up his production. 3 weaponsmiths working, so I guess the window they had is slowly but surely closing. Also, Generalen has managed to build 3 weaponsmiths, so they would have to attack right now. It looked like Generalen is very cocky with trying to take this tower. I don't think he realizes that his army is much weaker than SirMars. And I don't think SirMars realizes either, because he's afraid to push him back. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of games, a lot of training games between Polish teams, and very often people just don't realize how strong they are compared to the enemy, and they just don't attack at correct times. And I've also witnessed it in my own gameplay when I watch the replay. There are so many opportunities when I can attack and I just don't, because I don't know I have an advantage.
Yeah. But this kind of situation is just a situation where you're just kind of lazy. Like, you have the archers, you have the micro potential to do something in this moment. And it's on you to do it or to not do it. And if you feel like you have the APM to do it, to do a little bit of dancing with your enemy, then just go ahead and do it. You will most of the time find good value from that. And of course, a fight could break out, so suddenly everyone loses his nerfs and everyone engages everywhere on the map. But that could happen anyway. So if you should be prepared for that anyway. So, and if that happens, then it just happens. So yeah, not using archers against swords is kind of a waste. Very unhappy with that.
Let's compare the converts numbers, because they should maybe have 2 already, mavmav at least. Not sure where his priest is on, but the tower. Yeah, mavmav almost has 2 converts. What about Generalen? Yes, about the same way. So they will hit 2 converts at the same time, so there's no window for any team to use that. But mavmav is building an aggressive tower towards senna on the right-hand side. I wonder who's gonna push with that, maybe? Because if Zenna were to crush these 2 towers of his own, he would lose 2 mines.
Hmm. Oh, actually crushed that iron mine, and
Oh.
May got access to the iron, which would be very good for him because
Yeah, he does.
he has 0 iron at the moment.
Yeah, lots of coal and no iron whatsoever. And he's still sending majority of his grain to his grain mill, I think. It looks like his pig farm doesn't have any no grain whatsoever.
Ah, yeah, that explains it.
Yeah, so they're slowly but surely losing the advantage they had, unfortunately. SirMars is also not producing anything right now. I think he's waiting for another convert of the stone. Oh, he has it already. He can use it if you want. Oh yeah, he just did.
And he used it.
But soon, very soon, I would say, Generalen will have such a big production that even if they kill, for example, Zenna, he would be able to fight 2v1 for some time, I think. Simply because of how many farms he has. And how bad of an economy mavmav's is and SirMars is.
Yeah. One thing I'm just seeing right now, mavmav is actually building a catapult construction site, or what it's called in English. So that is the plan of his forward tower.
Oh yeah, but that's just it's not gonna be effective. I don't think so. The catapults are just so crap.
Yeah,
They miss.
it's like a
half of the
very
shots.
slow play.
Yep. mavmav is sending additional spies to Generalen in the middle of the map. I hope he will make something out of them. Send a few stranded swordsmen to Generalen's towers and maybe take some by surprise. I think that's the only way they can win at this point.
By the way, Senna is about to hit tier 3 also. He's like 84%, and I think he's also saving some bows. And it feels like SirMars is very far away from tier 3, being at 40%.
Yeah, SirMars is building big temple. I think he had one, right, already, and he crushed it or something.
He
Yep.
had
Kind
2,
of
I think.
So that's kind of a misplay. So, okay, so he had 2. So maybe they were planning some sort of a push, but it didn't work because Zen and Generalen responded. So responded with a very quick weaponsmith. So there's a push, Generalen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice reaction time by SirMars. Although still, I think he has a bigger army, considering also that mavmav has quite a bit of gold already. It's very bold of Generalen to be here. Zena is transferring pioneers to Generalen. I guess he's making gold. Yep. 2 goldsmiths right now.
2 goldsmiths, okay. I mean, at the moment he doesn't have iron anyway, so I don't think that's a problem that he's using his coal. But he's gonna fall behind soldier-wise very far.
So another thing I'm seeing on the minimap is that mavmav is doing the Pioneer Street of Doom towards the middle.
And he's doing it with the auto pioneer feature, and as you can see, the pioneers are terribly slow after they hit like a certain distance.
Yeah,
So
they look ridiculous.
Is that how it got balanced?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. If it's far away from your land, they get very slow. So it's basically not worth using this feature.
Oh boy, they look like very old men having their backs destroyed, can barely walk. Oh boy, somebody send out a medic. Hope they're fine.
I wonder why is he doing that? Does he want to contest the mountain in the middle? Does he feel like he doesn't have enough close by? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, for the later game, you can make the argument that the mountain is very limited for all the players here. So actually getting access towards the mountain in the middle could be something which breaks the game in like either direction, because that's a lot of potential for more mines, whereas every player is kind of capped with the amount of mines they are gonna have for the unforeseeable future.
Yeah, but the mine the Romans player have is quite resourceful, I think. mavmav doesn't have the economy to support that many mines anyway. And
Yeah, the Romans definitely got the juicier part of the mountain.
Sorry guys, I need to leave for a minute. You continue. I'm gonna be right back.
Yup.
so I know I said already, but it's kind of a shame that mavmav and SirMars did not try anything crazy. They're going for the late game, and I mean, I think they should realize that they are at a disadvantage in down the area.
Yeah, but even now, like, even if I look at the amount of soldiers SirMars has at Generalen right at the moment, like you just go attack. You will have the better concave. You can micro backward soldiers. Like there's nothing which can go wrong if you just poke in a little bit.
Yep.
And
Generalen has 100 soldiers and SirMars has 150, and Generalen, half of Generalen's army are swords, basically useless. Even though he has level 3, it's still he's still at a disadvantage. And the gold is quite reasonable now for mavmav. It's 67 HP, KK, sorry, combat path.
yeah, so what mavmav did, he formerly had his tower to the right of his toolsmith, and he rebuilt it at a little bit in the south. So now the gold would be up for grabs for SirMars if you wanted to take it. Before it wouldn't have been possible yet. So yeah, maybe they will do it.
I wonder if Generalen is scouting. I wonder if they know how much gold there is, and looks like no spies whatsoever. There's 4 on the map, but none of them are in the mavmav's territory.
One thing I also noticed in the north of the top mountain of SirMars and Generalen, there are some swords hiding in the trees. Like I'm not sure if they are supposed to snipe this little small tower which SirMars is currently building at that mountain. Like it could happen.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like he has 3 spies around that tower, so he's probably wants to take it.
I'm kind of surprised that he's actually building a new tower there, and that he also crushed his first tower to begin with. I mean, Generalen can't really contest that area because he can't really tower into it. But yeah, let's see. It could be something where okay, material is actually getting carried there, so he wants to build it. Interesting.
Yeah, he wants to. I don't know, maybe he wants to capture more of the coal, and he's just afraid to send pioneers, but I think that's gonna cost him, unless he's quick on his fingers to crush it.
Yeah, like if he loses that tower, that's very horrible. Like the amount of mines he has access to at the moment is limited already, and if he loses that one, he will lose like, I don't know, iron mine, 2 coal mines, also the potential of having the 3rd coal mine, which he would take from Generalen. So yeah, let's see that he's sending 1 soldier, but that one won't be enough.
mavmav is, I guess, not building his catapult just yet. I don't think he has settlers to carry anything currently.
Oh boy.
He's big, big broad troubles. Finishing the house, but that was not gonna be enough. It's a shame.
Yeah, 30 settlers at that stage of the game, they will be gone very soon. Are there other houses in build?
Yeah, he's building one up north. But also Generalen has a similar problem, very similar. Although he's finishing 2 houses right now, so should be fine. The tower is ready at the north, but neither SirMars nor Generalen is moving for it. Oh, SirMars just put an archer in it.
And he's moving. Swords are coming in. Let's see if SirMars will react it.
I don't think so. I don't think he has the APM to crush that in time. And that's gonna hurt. But maybe that will trigger them to attack. Hopefully, because he still has chance to push Generalen back on the north, on the south. Sorry.
Yeah. And yeah, we're not playing set plus 4, so crushing the tower now is impossible. And yeah, that's a goner.
Oh, he tried it. 'Cause, I got a message. This tower cannot be crushed at the moment.
Feels bad, man. Alright, so he's gonna lose that. And now the question is, can Generalen Tower place another tower in this kind of hole to contest some more mines? Probably not.
Oh, you can check it. Yeah, he can. I think he would crush a mine or two. So I hope that triggers SirMars to push. Come on, SirMars, because if he's gonna be watching the replay or our stream, he will understand a pretty big window to attack Generalen. Generalen is sending troops there to support the tower.
But yeah, that can actually spread him pretty thin. Like if Generalen sends too many troops up there, then SirMars has an easier time to swing towards the south with his units, whereas Generalen is then stuck on the top side and he can't take a shortcut through the snow or something. So that could be a tactical maneuver they could make use of.
Let's see how Senna is doing. Managed to recover, I guess a little bit, although his production is quite bad. Currently he just turned the stone into iron, so I guess his weaponsmith will start working very soon. He has how many farms currently? 5. 4 fishes, 1 pig farm and 4 bikeries. So yeah, he doesn't have iron whatsoever. I guess there aren't that many good iron mines in this spot. He's still overflowing wood. That's painful to watch.
Actually, let me bring in a senna quote right now, because like a few days ago he told me that Asians are so spot like independent, and no matter what you get, you can always do your 200, 240 at peacetime. Not at peacetime, at minute 60. And currently he's at 165.
I mean, he still has a minute, though. I just don't count him off just yet.
I don't see like 40 to 80 soldiers coming.
Yeah, time to do the God's gifts he can and get 12 weapons per spell.
I think he did, right? Where the two...
They did some. Yeah, Senna, you cannot trick us. We know what you've done.
I can see everything. What is he stealing with the spies? Because you can... I don't know if you know that, Kingcat, you can steal your own stuff right now.
Oh boy, that's some modernization-like gameplay. But I like it. As a set as 4 player, I'm used to that mechanic.
I wonder what he's stealing. It's planks. Wood. I guess he heard that it's overflowing.
Wait, you can steal from your own buildings?
Yes. Not from the buildings, but if you like crush one building, a house, and then you can carry the material away.
Oh, like you can't from the building? You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I won't argue if you're sure, because I'm not sure, but...
Now that you say it, I'm not so sure anymore, but...
Twitch chat will enlighten us in like 10 minutes. These guys are idiots.
Actually true. SirMars is starting taking gold. Yeah, but I think his window is sort of closing. Although he has level 3. Generalen is sending lots of, like, all of his swords to Senna. I wonder why. Maybe they're gonna attack mavmav because they realize he doesn't have settlers. He didn't have settlers here.
Yeah, maybe they spotted the catapult, which just now in this moment finished, and maybe that's their kind of counterplay towards it. Just kill it and be done with it.
You think they can see it from the watchtower? It shouldn't, right? It's too
far.
No,
not yet. I mean, yeah. I'm not used to the observer mode here. Like, usually I would say, yeah, maybe they have a spy there, and now I'm just able to check it and say, no, there are definitely no spies at the moment. So I'm a bad caster for this. So I have to get used to this.
Okay, let's count the weaponsmiths right now, because mavmav's production is caught up. The Generalen
It's at the, Senna's spy can definitely see the catapult. There's a green
yeah,
square on
right
the
now.
map.
Yeah, yes, that's true. Right now. But before it came out of the building, I don't think he could see.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
So Generalen has 5 weaponsmiths and 2 goldsmiths, whereas mavmav has also 5 weaponsmiths and also 2 goldsmiths. So even though Generalen got such a greedy start, they're quite even right now in terms of production. What
God
about
damn it! I missed the window for Senna's minute 60 count, but it's definitely below 200. Like he's at 184, 2 minutes after 60. So
he didn't lose any soldiers recently. SirMars has 5 weaponsmiths as well. Yeah, all of them seem to be working. And Senna has 5 as well, and they're also working. So surprisingly, they're pretty even. Although I think Senna has a bigger army than mavmav. The only advantage mavmav and SirMars have is the gold. Currently. And SirMars is still not attacking. It's such a shame.
Yeah, I think now with level 3 soldier numbers rising for Generalen, there probably is no actual window for it anymore.
No, it's gone. Especially considering the spearmen. Maybe if mavmav converted them twice, then sure, but without it, I don't think so.
And you know what's really funny? SirMars actually overseeded Senna with mana. And maybe they even had a similar tier 3 timing. I wouldn't have suspected that. Because SirMars at the moment has 4 fucking rice farms standing and working.
Senna has only 2.
I mean, he puts this wood into use and adds like 3 more rice farms to catch up with after his first horrible rice farm.
Yep.
Where Senna prefers having full sawmills.
Oh, there's a push at the bottom. mavmav is firing his catapult. Let's see if it takes the tower. There's also a push in the north. SirMars is attacking Generalen and trying to capture back the tower. And Generalen has to crush it.
And he got the tower.
And he got the tower at the bottom. That's great. One more body. I don't think... Oh, there's another catapult coming. Okay, let's see. But if he crushes it, to be honest, that's gonna be spicy. But Generalen is sending the souls from the middle. I guess finally some action.
Do you see what's going on here? Senna's trying to block the catapult with his buildings, and you can't do it anymore. He's probably
dinosaur
very good.
falling prey to the new mechanics.
Yep. Does he have any swordsmen there?
Generalen is coming with swordsmen on the right. That catapult has only one charge though on the top one.
So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen now. Like maybe this is the point where fights will break out on every side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Generalen gave up entirely on the north mountain. I guess he realized there's just not that many mines there. I think that's a right call. There's only one quite a weak iron mine. He's building the tower far back just to not get towered by SirMars. But yeah, Senna, he built 3 more towers already. There's no way that catapult is gonna do anything more than maybe a crush 1 or 2. That's unfortunate.
But why is Senna not killing it? Like he has swords or had swords. I saw them.
I don't
also
know,
see them, and he's not sending it. I mean, it's not like that catapult is going to kill anything. I think it only had that 1 shot left after killing the first tower, but still, like now it might be able to drive back home and hit you another time.
Actually, can you explain the catapults to me, or war machines in general? Like, is it like a random chance that the tower gets crushed, or is it like that the catapult does, I don't know, a 3rd damage to the tower and it needs 3 hits to crush it?
It needs to hit it 3 times, I think. It depends on the tower. I think the big tower needs to be hit more times than the small one. Same with the castle. Castle needs to be
Okay,
hit.
but it's not random. It's always like 3 hits or something. On
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same
The
time.
only random thing is that whether it hits or not actually, and catapults miss.
And that is random as well. Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
And catapults miss a lot. Whereas, for example, the cannons from Asians, they're very accurate,
Okay.
but they're very expensive at the same time. So there's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Generalen doesn't really know what to do with his swordman. He's going back and forth. I mean, there's nothing he can capture currently. Maybe he can try to go into mavmav's land and take the tower in the middle. That would be a huge blow, but I don't think he knows it's there. Doesn't look like he's scouting that, right? Yeah, they have no idea. It's very weak scouting for both teams.
Yeah, but having the swords in the middle is fine. Like they can swing to either side, and I don't know. They don't add too much in the fight, but yeah, they can they can give their HP to the great cause. But one thing the swords actually could do is denying mavmav the middle expansion. Like the pioneers they finished the Pioneer Street and now are taking the mountains below Generalen's nose. So that's something he could have prevented with his swords.
I'm not sure if he fully realized that the mavmav is taking that.
Yeah, but you kind of should, like, every now and then you should take a look on your color minimap and see where people are expanding to, and also where they're doing the Pioneer Streets. Like, it's more important in the early game, like not now at close to 70 minutes, but you can gather some information from the colored minimap, and that would be one thing to realize that there's a big Pioneer Street going on towards the middle, and that the opponent is trying to capture that area.
And there should be spies all over this place, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm very surprised
that's also
nobody is. And like mavmav, I mean, he should have been all over the place, taking gold and trying to steal, maybe grab a tower from Generalen. There's lots of opportunities. They just, I don't know. I'm thinking it's either stage fright, they're just afraid. I mean, they're just stressed playing in front of so many people, or I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential. Obviously, when you're spectating, it's easier to say than it is to do an actual game, but...
I mean, what I think is quite interesting, and at least not expected from me, is that both teams kind of seem to be around even at this point in time.
Yeah, that's very surprising. Let's go to soldiers. So
I just did, like, Senna and Generalen have, like, I don't know, 20-30 more soldiers, because Generalen has some 40 advantage over mavmav, but actually Senna is behind in soldiers compared to SirMars. And yeah, like the soldier difference that they lost, they have in gold, and SirMars and mavmav have like 30-40 more gold than Senna and Generalen.
yeah, so that's very surprising. Yeah, I would have expected them at this point to be overwhelmed by General and Zena with soldiers and everything, but holding up just fine. Although mavmav does have hiccups with his settlers production. He's low again.
That's true.
And in the last game, I showcased how Poyakalish and Zverg are building with zones, as in every building very close to each other, so that the shovelers and builders don't have to walk that far away. Well, mavmav, I guess, didn't see that game, because he's building some of his buildings in the north and then some in the south. And his shovelers, they have to walk back and forth. That's very, very, very inefficient, especially in that sort of a distance. And he doesn't have to build anything in the south, I would say. He has plenty of space in the north. There's plenty of stone as well.
And I think he's also not using, like, the digger feature. He's not clicking down the builders or diggers.
He hasn't been playing that much recently, so he maybe doesn't know it's there. Or
so he's a proper A-lobby dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think mavmav actually was one of the first to try out the modernization stuff, if I remember correctly. I'm not...
But you need to
By the way,
practice with it.
Generalen casts an eye on mavmav's left side, on the big house over there, so Generalen and Senna know how many soldiers are around there.
Where again? On the left side, then, like left from this, no?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they see a lot of soldiers there, so I think attacking there would be hard.
I gotta be right back for a minute or two.
Yeah, so as the game goes longer, one thing I'm kind of afraid of for SirMars and mavmav is that they kind of lost middle control. Like Generalen and Senna on their respective sides kind of got the inside track towards the middle, and that will allow them to indefinitely cut SirMars and mavmav off from each other. And that will give them a lot of opportunity later to finish the game by doubling one player, or not really doubling, but one player attacks the other and also gets help from like 100 or 200 soldiers from his teammate, while the teammate just defends the push from the other guy.
I'm back.
But I mean, wouldn't they be able to contest it, like the middle area? Because here mavmav and SirMars are in gold advantage, so if they like enter neutral land and try to take a fight against General swords or something, then I think they should be able to contest the middle.
Yeah, but it's kind of awkward. Of course you can go there, but if you go there now, it's kind of neutral land, and also I don't know, as mavmav, you kind of have trouble leaving your position now. Like if you pull your soldiers from the right side into the middle, then suddenly Senna will unload all his towers and attack your towers and force you back. Like it's kind of tough if you are already pushed back that far onto your side of the map to break out of that again.
I mean,
like
SirMars should be able to put some focus there, right?
Sorry, say again.
SirMars should be able to like shift some focus into the middle, like around the lake.
Exactly. He's building a big tower at his pig farm, and he will establish a connection towards the lake, and then they might be able to get that done. Also, on the same token, I don't like that Generalen didn't try to expand further towards the middle to cut SirMars off from that position. So that's kind of a missed opportunity. Like, disconnecting two players at that stage of the game is a very big objective to achieve.
But I think they're sort of disconnected, right? Like the General is controlling the middle with his soldiers. So the reinforcements, they would have very difficult time going back and forth.
And you know what's also funny? Like Generalen has this one single tower with only one swordsman to his top left, and that seems like very unprotected.
Yeah, he built it after he crushed the one that he took from SirMars. Maybe he has spies there too.
They're not contesting this area. Like SirMars is just casually taking back his land with pioneers.
Yeah.
Generalen is leaving his tower completely unprotected. I think it's strange that no border contest is going on at this point.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a lot of missed opportunity. Like if you force the Generalen's tower to be crushed and build your own tower at the same spot, SirMars just recently lost his own tower. At least he crushes that one coal mine, might get access to a pixel to place another tower into Generalen's land, and suddenly you opened a second front where you force Generalen to make a decision how many soldiers he wants to invest to defending that. While SirMars can choose if he wants to continue to pressure that area or if he wants to focus on the middle.
Yeah, unfortunately my game crashed. I gotta reconnect real quick.
Okay.
Boy.
So
Hope you can make it back. Just in this moment, SirMars is going for an attack and you are not here.
I'm like, okay, don't pause, man.
But yeah, I'm not sure how much he can achieve there. Like he's going in, but SirMars is flanking. No, Generalen is flanking with his level 2 swords he put into the middle. And I'm pretty sure that they should be able to defend that. But they're committing.
God damn it, maybe you should pause. I don't know, I'm 35%.
No, he's pulling back.
Okay.
So...
so they forced one spell to call help from Senna, but that's actually not that much mana at this stage of the game.
Yep. Yeah, no, SirMars is just back in his land, and there's probably.
But there's another tower. There are two swords. Senna's losing one tower, but I think it will only crush like a big house. Yeah. It was kind of close because Senna just like 5 seconds ago filled the tower at his barracks, and if he hadn't done that, then maybe another medium house may have fallen. But yeah, he's taking the tower back immediately.
Nice. It's actually so funny that they crashed right after they attacked.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people watching are gonna be excited for that.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
pissed.
Okay.
Going for the radio cast.
Okay,
Radio
I'm
cast,
back.
yes.
I'm back. Okay, which tower was attacked? Oh, in the middle. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Sorry everyone for that.
first SirMars attacked in the south at like the 4 grain farms, and it was forced back because the swords from the middle were joining in. But it was just a distraction to allow the tower in the which got currently taken to get taken. But yeah, it only crushed the big house, didn't deal any more damage.
Did they lose
and
many soldiers?
I think it was definitely negative for SirMars. They probably lost like 10. And also, they should have a lot of wounded soldiers, so making a healer hut would be a very good idea now for him.
Yeah, quite a few of them are very wounded. And that mountain in the middle is quite resourceful as well. Lots of coal and iron. I guess that's where the next fight will break up.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
they
yeah,
both
Senna
building
is
towers.
kind of laying the cards on the table. Like, he put a lot of pioneers in the middle to place a tower over there, and now he's connecting it to his mainland and sending a lot of soldiers there. And yeah, this is kind of the moment where SirMars and mavmav have to decide if they really want to contest the middle, or if they want to be disconnected from each other for the rest of the game. Like,
I mean,
you either
SirMars just finished
do it
his
now,
big tower.
or you don't do it at all.
With the big tower, maybe now would be a good time to approach like the lake and everything. But
Yeah, definitely keep building towers, but if you don't prevent Senna from taking this whole area and getting the 100% combat power to defend that area, then you won't ever be able to push them out of this area again.
yep.
Now, unfortunately, the advantage of Generalens and Senna's team.
Oh, and
They
aber
have around
Generalen
100
is
soldiers
moving.
more. Yeah, I see. Yeah. How many has 80% combat power? Is he also pushing north? No.
Yeah, and Generalen and Senna just have a big soldier advantage right now.
Yeah, around
think
100,
Generalen
I
is-
would say combined.
Yeah, exactly.
Although there are lots of medium powers, it's gonna be a rough fight unless SirMars lets him fight from his own land, which he shouldn't do. mavmav pursuing Fearles fault would be useful as well. These spears in the middle are wreaking havoc. There's just not enough protection for the archers of SirMars.
Yep.
And now converts by Generalen 2, 3, no 2,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
3. Luckily mavmav is helping. Although the spears in the middle are really wreaking havoc still. Yeah, I think the archers has too much. The spells from mavmav were slightly too late, I would say. He has to pull one from the left side. Yeah, he's pulling half of the army from the left, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have to remember that SirMars had like half of his army was level 2 soldiers, whereas Generalen has only level 3. Yeah, now the Generalen has twice as many soldiers, even more than SirMars, so I think he can defend that without losing like, half of his territory.
That's
mavmav
probably
should maybe counter, but I don't think he has enough to.
And on the right side, there's nothing to counter. There's a jungle of small towers
Yep.
you never get through. And on the other side, there are enough soldiers for Senna
He's
to
going in on
defend.
the right side. mavmav is going in on the right side, but with not as many soldiers.
Okay. You could say that's an interesting choice he's doing there to attack that side.
I mean, left one isn't any better. I think the concave would have been very bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, there's no good solution to this situation.
Yep.
Like, your teammate is dying, you cannot approach him to help him, and yeah, it's just feeding into the meat grinder, and waiting until your teammate gets defeated.
I have a little bit more gold, but that's inconsequential at this point. He's not moving and from the left. He's pulling soldiers from the left to the right. That's not too bad. He has some swords in the back. He may be able to capture a tower or two, but yeah, senna is calling reinforcements 3 times. That should be more than enough to defend it. And mavmav, SirMars is just dead at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, that escalated pretty quickly after we just established like 10 minutes ago that the number of soldiers is very even. But yeah, we didn't take into consideration the quality of Generalen's army compared to SirMars' army.
And the production of Generalens was just slightly better, I guess, and it stacked over time. That was to be expected, to be honest. I didn't think they would hold on for that long too. Yeah, but definitely after this game, mavmav and SirMars, they should have some regrets because they had more than one window to do serious damage, and it showed quite a lot of weaknesses on senna's and Generalen's part. Both how they responded to the faked rush and how they continued later on.
That's true. Yeah.
Is it enough to talk them out of the contention for the tournament win yet? Or
I'm not sure. I'd have to see other teams, because so far we've only seen 2 good teams. So yeah. As I said, maybe it's just stage fright, and maybe everyone is gonna play that poorly. Generalen is finishing up in SirMars right now. There's just a few big towers left. It's gonna take a while, but he's gonna get it. Plenty of resources. He's probably gonna run low on settlers right now, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, SirMars calls GG.
Senna could also empty, make his own towers empty and help with some swords or spears or whatever he has in those towers. But yeah, no help from him. Generalen had to do it all on his own.
As usual.
Yeah, we know that role distribution from Settlers 4.
Really? Okay. Oh yeah, mavmav is crashing. He's pulling back his soldiers. I think he just crashed. I didn't see the. Did you guys see the message that he got destroyed?
mavmav, yes. mavmav.
I didn't pay attention. Do you guys know on top of your head which team Senna and Generalen are facing in the next round?
Yes, Marty and Ethan.
Oh, okay, that will be spicy.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Marty and Ethan are gonna learn a lot from this game.
Yeah, you really have to be aware of your chances, especially in cross positions, because there will always be chances. At least that's my experience from the 2v2 tournament I played 3 years ago in 2019 in Settlers 3. And yeah, scouting is extremely important, and then also striking when the opportunity is there. And it might only be there for very few seconds or minutes, and you have to realize it when gifts are offered towards you. You have to take them.
Yeah, and it's often not by looking at enemy's army. It's by looking by watching his production or his country develop. You sort of know if you know he built a lot of farms first, he's bound to have fewer soldiers than you if you went for weaponsmiths and whatnot and weapon production fast. But because sometimes how the army looks, you can't really count all the soldiers. It just sometimes it can be deceiving. All right, SirMars is dead. I guess that's it. GG's.
Is there a winning message at all?
No, I don't think so. Not for us.
So I guess we are the winner then.
There should be one, I think. I didn't also get the message that SirMars has been defeated. So
I didn't get the message that mavmav died, but I got the message from SirMars. Yep.
So they all left. I'm also leaving then.
Yeah, okay. Let's compare the stats. Yeah, the soldiers difference. It's about 100, but it was pretty even for majority of the game, I would assume. Yeah, he just
Mm.
at the end, Generalen exploded at like 80-minute mark. Yep. That's a shame. Okay, thank you guys for watching. We might be able to catch the next game unless they've already started. No, they're still waiting, so we resume probably the stream after a short break.